while I'm here, I just want you all to be aware that as I exist here on this platform, for the 3 years I've been online, I've had people trying to sabotage what I'm doing, people that are pretending to be supporters of his or friends or associates, out of jealousy, out of envy, out of just pure evil. And you've got to be aware that they're going to try and sabotage me. I don't think, they can't sabotage him because they don't know, they can't sabotage what I'm doing for him because they don't know what I'm doing. And I've intentionally left all of that offline because I don't want them to get ideas of how they can try and sabotage that. But they are still trying to do that. So you'll see people try to post things that contradict what I'm saying on here, or try to, it's a very covert way that people are moving or maneuvering. It's a very underhanded way that a lot of people are moving online, because they have an agenda. Their agenda is for themselves, and they can pretend that it's about King. But I see straight through it, because when you care about people, you put aside your ego, you put aside what you think is right, you put aside what you want, you put aside your need to feel important and to be validated by the public. But there's a lot of sociopathic people that are still trying to hang on as supporters of his online with platforms, and they will try to sabotage what I'm doing here and my efforts here in trying to educate and enlighten and tell the truth, because they're jealous, and because I have managed to cut a lot of people out of his life, and a lot of these people as well. I've blocked so many people from getting near him through him, because I've made it very clear to him that these people are not safe for him. They're not good for him. They're not good. I can see their agenda. I can see what they want. I can see the character that they are, and I don't want them near him. And they are the kind of people that won't tolerate that. So what they do, because they're narcissistic, they'll just try and sabotage me, and I'm very aware of it, and I'm not stupid at all. I see it all. Even though I don't watch the other platforms, I just, sometimes things pop up, and I know the saboteurs. I know people are trying to sabotage what I'm doing here. Not because they don't believe me. It's because they have spun a whole other story, and in their minds, maybe in their minds, they are right. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe they're so far gone that they don't want to listen to anything I'm saying over here, because they need to be correct. They need to be right. Otherwise, their universe will fall apart. Whatever their reason for doing it, just know that it's out there, that people are going to try and post things sometimes that, that go against what I'm saying and what I'm trying to do on here. And you've got to be aware of it and what they're doing. Because if you see something, there's not one platform or channel, supported channel, and I put that in, I tell it like, as in, I say that kind of sarcastically, supporters, because I really haven't come across any strong channel that's supporting him. Even these people that, King has spoken to, I've said it to King, I don't believe any of them really care about him. But I think it's good for him to talk, because it's good for his soul. It's good for his mental health, for him to get this out and to feel like he has, that he can express himself, because he's been kind of silenced for so long. But I don't believe these people care about him and his bigger mission of what he's trying to do. I think they're trying to get their numbers up. They're using him for content. But also, I think, well, let him use them as well. Let him use them as a mouthpiece for his, for what he's trying to do. Like, not that King would do that, but I'm just saying it's fair is fair. If they're trying to use him to get cash apps and money, then he should be able to speak and say whatever he wants to say to people. So, maybe there's a win-win situation there. But in saying that, I would prefer, personally, I just want him to be safe. And in saying that, just know that I'm online here. I put myself very vulnerable. I've made myself very vulnerable. I don't need to be. I'm a very private person. I never wanted fame. I never wanted this kind of attention. It came with the package. It's part of who he is. It's part of, who I love. I never wanted to be in a situation where I'm surrounded by so many narcissistic, sociopathic people online that, that try to attack my character, my integrity. And, I have a long history of being respectable and respected in my private life. So it was very new to me to have people that would ever call me a fraud or a liar or just question my character. Because, I think for me, logical people can see that I'm authentic and real and normal. But people that are not mentally well, of course, are going to accuse me of being the one that's not well. And that's the problem, is that there are people that, are really, really far gone, that they just cannot see what's normal and healthy and what's not. So, and they're the people that are trying to sabotage me constantly, and my efforts here, because they have a selfish agenda. And for them, they can log off and disappear. All of these people that call themselves supporters, they don't have a private, this isn't private for them. This isn't their partner. They can log off and disappear at any time. At any time. Even when you all find out that they're wrong. Even when you all find out that they've misled you. Some of these people don't even use their names and their faces. Some of these people, you've never seen their faces on video. They use King's face, or they use King's, they use some other alias, to hide behind as supporters of his. And they'll still talk against me as a fraud. But you've never seen them. You've never even seen who they are. You don't know the quality of character they are. You don't know if they're somebody living in a hoarding house full of rubbish and junk, and just who has nothing else, and who's all kinds of sick. You don't know the situation because you've not seen some of these people, but they present to you like, they're RKelly's greatest supporters, but you don't know their real lives. But I'm out here, you've seen my face, you've seen my energy, you've heard my voice. There's nothing you haven't seen. I don't show you my friends and family. I mean, I've posted that, even though even that is very private for me, and I've shared that with a lot of people online. But these people haven't. They don't share their family. They don't share their friends. You never see them with their friends. Do they have even any friends? They're lonely people that probably have nothing. But they will talk against me and accuse me of fraud and being mentally unwell. But they don't. You have not seen anything of their lives, and they can disappear at any time. I tell you, after spinning all these lies about me, any one of these so-called supporters can disconnect from this and it be nothing to them. Whereas I can't, and I wouldn't. This is my partner. This is my real life. And this is what I resent about this more than anything, about this sabotaging effort, is because for me, this is real. This is something I'm living. It's not something that's just I'm a fan, I'm a supporter, I've got nothing to do. I'm just out here having fun. I'm just out here for the social life and for the community, and I've collected people to be part of my community. I'm not here for any of that. So I can't log off. This is my real life. I can't log off it. I never can log off of this. So when I get offline of here, it's still on my mind. He's still on my mind. He's still on my heart. So this is the reality you all have to think about, is the difference between me and everybody else that claims to support him. So you can listen to all of these frauds and freaks, or you can listen to me and what I'm saying. Because these frauds and freaks, I tell you, they will disappear once they see me and King together online. They'll disappear. You'll never hear from them, and you'll never know that they were even online. You don't know their names, some of these people. And if you saw them in the street, you would never recognize them. But they will have the boldness to sit online all day long and accuse me of being something I'm not. And they don't care, because they've got nothing to lose by saying that I'm a fraud. But for me, it's everything, because it means that I don't get to tell his story, and people don't get to believe it and get to listen to what he's really gone through. And that really pains me, that a lot of people are not hearing this story because of these frauds and freaks that are out here. And I call them frauds and freaks because they're either one or the other. None of these people are normal. Most of these people are not normal. Most of these people are not healthy. Most of these people just, all they do, every part of their life is unhealthy. Their mental health is bad. And they have the audacity to accuse me, who's all about health, of needing health advice and help. It's just the audacity of these insane people. But you know, I'm on here for a very pure agenda, and I need you to be aware that they're going to be people that are constantly trying to sabotage me until he comes home and they see us together. Then they'll disappear, you know, or they'll become other types of frauds and freaks online, still hiding behind some avatar and some fake profile photo or some image of a, you know, of a plant or of a bug or a bee or whatever they use to hide behind. But I'm not hiding behind anything. These are my real photos. You've seen me in video. You've seen me speaking about this. I'm not hiding anything. There's nothing. You've seen conversations of me with his attorneys. Some of these people don't even present to you evidence of things they've said against me. And this is the problem, is people, I cannot believe the insanity of others that are supposed to support him. They're supposed to be his greatest fans, that they will listen to these other people that have no evidence of what they say against me, you know, and they'll just take it on board because they like calling everybody a fraud or crazy. You know, oh, he goes another crazy. Oh, here she goes. She's, you know, that one, she's a lunatic. I've loved that. I love that. Call me a lunatic. I'm a lunatic for love. I'm a lunatic for him. I don't care. But I'm an honest, at least, and healthy lunatic. And this whole situation has made me crazy in so many ways, you know, that I couldn't never have imagined. But not as crazy as these frauds and freaks, I promise you. I'm not online fighting for the last 3 years with the same people. I'm not online going around and round in circles in these beefs that never go anywhere. You know, I'm not online gossiping about anybody. I'm not online slandering anybody. You know, all I'm doing is telling his story and what I've experienced, you know, and how dare they judge me? Because the people that, you know, that are judging me have got nothing to judge, you know, and I feel sorry for them because I will leave this situation with King, I promise you, you know, but they're going to still be online fighting with people, you know, because they've not learned anything. You know, I'm somebody who believes in growing from my situations, in learning from my situations. If you cannot learn from your situations and if you cannot grow past things, then you will never grow. Like if you're 40 or 50 or 60 and you're still online fighting and gossiping with people that you don't know, you've got to ask, what is my life? What is my life? You know, is there nothing better than this? You know, if you can't stop that pattern of abuse and you know, bullying and harassment and fighting with people and toxicity, your life is going to be that until you die. You'll die from this energy, I promise you. You know, most of these people have a heart attack from what they're doing or develop or have a stroke because of the stress and the strain in their bodies, and they're not taking care of their bodies. They're eating poorly, they're thinking poorly, and they're reacting poorly. You know, and instead of listening to me and learning some things about health, about looking after your body, about looking after your mind, about how I'm overcoming this horrible, horrendous situation, instead of tapping in here and sitting in and listening in and going, how is she being able to get through this? What is she going through? Like, what are her tools that she's using? And here I am fighting over something somebody has said online about me. You know, and I'm over here dealing with my partner going through the worst hell of his life and who was almost facing life in prison. And I'm able to bear this and still be a good person and kind to people. Instead of tapping in here and learning, these people over there going, let me just gossip about this person and continue in this muck and mire that I'm in and not change. You know, it's so sad for me that these people live like this and they will exist like this, because these people should be, you know, should be better than this. They should be more than this, especially knowing King and everything he's come from. You know, what he came from was exactly where they are. And instead of learning what he went through to make his life a success, the hard work, but it was not just hard work. His character needed pruning. He had to change the way he thought. He had to change his priorities to get to where he is. He had to change what he saw and how he saw life, how he reacted to people. Imagine if he was fighting all day long with people online. Do you think he would ever have made it to anything? No, you know, and I think if you're a fan, a supporter of King's, learn from him at least. Learn from his life story. you know, where he's come from and the kind of character he is. And if, you know, like, you know about me, then learn that he can, if he can come through all of this and find a partner who loves him unconditionally, who is his equal, who is strong and equally in her own power and doesn't need anything, is not looking for money or fame, or, you know, a sincere person, a sacred union, if he can come through that and find that, then there's something to be learnt in even that. But people don't want to learn. That's the problem. And so when you don't want to learn, you don't become anything better. You will always sit online and sabotage people. You will always be in your own personal life thinking and envying and being jealous of people that for no reason, for stupid reasons, when you could yourself get up and go, what can I contribute to this world? How can I be better and make my gifts, you know, accessible to the world? You know, jealousy and envy and lies have no future. You have absolutely no future in being jealous, envious, or slandering people. There is absolutely no future except hell. Your own personal hell that you create for yourself, that you will live in yourself. The one that you want to create for other people is the one you're actually creating for yourself. Because those people, the people that think they're creating hell for me, I'm going to go on from this. I've already moved on from everything they've said about me. You know, but they're not going to move on, you know, and that's the sad reality of this whole situation, you know. And, you know, I hope that whoever's listening to this, I hope you change your lives. I hope you take something from what I've just said. I hope you don't get off of this and just go, well, you know, I still think she's a fraud, because that just shows me that you're not somebody who could ever change. And I feel sorry for you, because your life is going to be hell if you cannot listen to people and take what they say, you know, especially sincere people like me. Then you've got a problem. You've got a mental health problem. You've got a psychological problem. You've got psychological blocks that are going to prevent you from having great and healthy relationships in every area of your life. Your relationships will all fall apart because you'll have trust issues. You'll have issues of arrogance. You'll have issues of conceit. You'll have issues of always controlling situations, of always abusing your partner, of slandering people, you know, and these are not healthy things to bring into any relationship. So how you treat me is how you're going to treat other people. So take it as with a grain of salt, or listen to me. You know, how you treat me as a stranger is how you're going to react to people in your life. And you're never going to have the healthy relationships you want to if you cannot learn to treat everybody with respect that they deserve, with the decorum they deserve, and with the love they deserve, you know. And especially if people have not done anything wrong against you, you know, you need to check yourself. You need to check yourself. Don't wait for God to check you. You need to check yourself, you know. But I wanted just to say, just please be aware there are going to be saboteurs that try to, you know, post things that contradict what I say. They're going to try and talk about Joyce and Savage until Joyce and Savage is dead and me and King are married with, you know, with our own family. They don't care, these people. They don't care, you know, and I don't want you to think that they care. If you're listening here, these people don't care, you know. Don't confuse me for them, and don't confuse what I'm trying to do with what they're trying to do. There's nobody on YouTube who's trying to do, or on social media who's trying to do what I'm trying to do and what I've been doing, and who has done what I've done for him. So good luck to those people. They've already failed just by trying. Just by having an evil agenda, you fail. You know, evil doesn't win. You know, the movies don't lie. Evil just doesn't win. That's why there is a hell. You create hell on this earth, and then you go to live in another hell eternally, psychologically, spiritually. That's the hell that you create. So, you know, learn at least from the movies. There's just no future in evil and evil intention. So at least, so get your heart right, get your spirit right, and learn to love people, learn to treat people like you don't know, with respect and dignity, and mind your own business. You know, if you can't do that, or just stay away from people if you can't do that. But at least leave people like me alone who are trying to save and help their partner, you know, who means everything to them. Leave me alone is what I'm saying to people. Don't try to sabotage what I'm doing. If you don't care about me, at least care about him. You know, just leave me alone and leave my name alone. and don't try to, like, swindle your way out of this by disappearing, because people are still going to remember what you did and what you said about me. So just bear that in mind too. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and hopefully you all have a beautiful day. I didn't want to be a Debbie Downer. I just wanted to say this to add to the video I just posted live, just so that you know why I'm kind of coming online to say these things last minute. And I say last minute because really it's over. There's nothing else to be done. If you've been listening to my videos and listening to what I've been posting, you know exactly what I mean. I don't want to keep repeating myself. So with King Home, I don't really want to ever have to think about this, this online energy in this arena. We'll create a new kind of energy, an area for people really sincerely interested in him and wanting to know what happens with us going forward. I don't care what people think or believe, it's going to happen. Thank God, what we manifest, me and King, has nothing to do with what people believe online or elsewhere. It's, that's the greatest thing about God, that we don't manifest for other people. We can only manifest for ourselves. So no matter what other people believe they're doing, all the, psychic negative energy they're throwing in my direction, or mind control, manipulation, it's not working, people. I'm very strong-minded, but not just that. You cannot manifest bad or good for other people. The only way you can manifest bad for other people is if they start believing in your power to do so. And once that person learns and realizes that they always had the power, then that power gets taken away from you. So it's all about that, when people learn that other people don't have power over you unless you give them power, they just have no power whatsoever over your life. They just don't, unless you allow them to. I live by that, and that's why nobody can touch me unless I give them permission to. And I don't give any of these people any permission. So I'm going to leave it there. I've spoken enough. Good night to all, or good day. And I will hopefully next time see you in better spirits, and we'll talk to you in better spirits or in a better topic. Bye.